What's up, everybody? It's Doc Holiday and I'm back. I got something special here. To say I'm excited is an understatement. I guess this is part 2. I brought you guys a video about this game before, early on, when I started making YouTube videos. It was before I got the game graded. I've had this game for a couple years now, and I finally went ahead, took the steps to get the thing graded and authenticated, so that's done. I couldn't be happier with the results, and I can't emphasize enough how rare this game is. Now, I'm sure a lot of you hardcore collectors for PlayStation out there know exactly what this thing is. To use guys real quick, I'm gonna show you something. You guys know that this game, there's copies of it floating around out there, but they're always promotional copies. They got the hole punched out of the UPC. Take a look, guys. All you hardcore PlayStation collectors, look at that. No hole punched out of the UPC code. This is a retail copy, not a promotional copy. I've yet to see another one. If somebody out there has seen another one of these retail copies of this game, let me know. I'd really like to know, because as far as I'm concerned, at least sealed, this is a one-of-a-kind item. So it's hard to put a price tag on something like that. Well, you guys can see it's Syphon Filter 3. Front of the game, we have a recalled cover art that depicts a gas attack on what looks to be a U.S. government building with an American flag hanging up. This game was slated for release on 9/25/2001, but then you guys know 9/11 happened. Things were a little bit touchy when it came to stuff like that. The cover art, definitely a piece of video game history. Well, as far as movies are concerned, there were quite a few movies that removed scenes that featured the Trade Center, the World Trade Center, or things happening around the buildings. I believe Spider-Man even removed a scene. So there's the cover. Definitely interesting. PlayStation 1, probably one of my favorite video game systems of all time, and one of my favorite eras of gaming. So many memorable titles for me, like Final Fantasy VII, Suikoden 2, which we always pronounce Suikoden, so it kind of feels weird pronouncing it the right way. Metal Gear Solid. I never really got into Syphon Filter. I was a big Metal Gear Solid player. I beat the game 3 or 4 times. I'll never forget that scene in the game with Psycho Mantis where you put down the controller and he moves it.
Useless woman. Optic camouflage, huh? I hope that's not your only trick. You doubt my power. I will show you why I am the most powerful practitioner of psychokinesis and telepathy in the world. No, there's no need for words, Snake. I'm Psycho Mantis.
Just a great cinematic experience and gaming experience was Metal Gear Solid, but from what I hear, Syphon Filter was a great series as well. But yeah, these were very upsetting times for a lot of people. It was a terrible tragedy. So the game was recalled because the cover art was a little too much for some people. So they felt the need to replace the cover art. There's the Sony logo. And there you guys can see no hole punched in the UPC. And that's what might make this a one-of-a-kind. As far as promotional copies floating around, I can't tell you the exact number. I believe there's about 30, somewhere between the range of 30 and 40 graded copies. I would assume there's at least 50 promotional copies still floating around out there that exist somewhere. Retail copies, I don't know. I've never seen another retail copy, not in a picture, not for sale online, nowhere. I'll give you a little backstory on this thing too. Well, what I found out. Well, more so what I didn't find out, but I'll get to that in a minute. First, I couldn't be more thrilled with the results that I got. I sent it into WATA. I did the quickest turnaround time, so it was very expensive. I think I paid somewhere around $250, after it was all said and done. Maybe even 300 bucks. It wasn't cheap. You know, the turnaround times, they definitely have to have improved because this thing came almost as quick as they said it would. It might have took an extra week, but no complaint there. I got a 9.8. Perfect score from WATA. They don't give a higher grade out, 9.8. That's the highest score you can get. Got an A+ seal rating, which, I mean, I'm not going to complain about an A+. That's, you take a test, that's like a 98 on a test. But I do believe they give out A++ on the seal. But a 9.8 with an A+, I will take that. I did pay for the light cleaning on the seal. There you can see Syphon Filter 3, made in USA, American flag cover. I did pay for the deep badge upgrade. I wasn't even really sure what that entails. It was $5 extra. Here's grade details, box 9.8, seal A+, Y-fold with Sony security label. Release slated for 9/25/01, but postponed due to 9/11 attacks. The post 9/11 anthrax scare caused Sony to change the cover featuring a US flag amidst a swirl of gas, but some copies were distributed. Developed by SCE Ben Studio, produced by Mark Black. There's some WATA Games information on there. I do have some interesting stuff that's pretty rare, and I would like to share that with you guys. If you'd like to see that, let me know in the comment sections, and I will share some of that stuff with you guys. I have a sealed copy of Misadventures of Tron Bonne. I have pretty much a pristine Suikoden 2 strategy guide. I got some cool stuff I'd like to share with you guys, if you want to see it. But right now, we're talking about this. Man, this is one of my proudest things I have in my collection. I'll tell you guys a little backstory real quick about this thing. I was interested in the history of this specific game, and I was trying to figure out where it came from, how it was acquired. I know how I acquired it. I bought it on eBay, and I paid a pretty penny for it. I'll see if I can still find the listing in my purchases, and I'll post it for you guys to see. I believe I paid about $1,000 for this thing. One of the most expensive purchases I've ever made on eBay. But being a one-of-a-kind item, like it is, being a retail copy, I think it was actually a pretty smart purchase, and I think in the end it's going to pay off one way or another. So I contacted, probably a year after I purchased it, I decided to contact the seller, you know, try to find out a little bit about the history of the game, where he got it, you know, if he got it himself directly. I tried to do it in a very respectful way. I tried to let him know I'm just interested in the history of the thing, because I'm, you know, it's nice to know a little bit about the history of a collectible you have. But he got real defensive, because I believe he might have thought I was accusing him of counterfeiting it, or maybe he was thinking that I thought he stole it. I don't know what he thought, to be honest with you guys, but it had me a little worried. It had me stressed, I'm not going to lie, the way he reacted. So once I got this thing authenticated and graded, it was kind of a relief. You know, I was just curious where it came from, and what he told me, the only information I got was he bought it from a guy years before that was selling a lot of games. So he bought it in a game lot with a bunch of other games, and it was still sealed. So I said, okay, makes sense. And he didn't give me any details further than that. Like I said, he was pretty standoffish. And if it was just a miscommunication or whatever on both our parts, I mean, it happens. I got no ill will, especially now. I mean, look what I got. A great piece for my collection. So my thoughts are, I do wonder where the thing came from, because it is a retail copy. My thoughts are that somebody higher up possibly just took a copy before they replaced the cover art, well, obviously, and held on to it. And maybe times were tough or something, or they just want a little extra cash in their pockets, and they sold it off. But you never know. Somebody at the factory maybe could have snagged one. Maybe a few shipments actually ended up going out, and somebody took it from the shipment before it was sent back. Who knows? That's all speculation at this point. I don't think I'm going to ever find out. As far as I'm concerned, it came from a guy on eBay who got it from another guy. And that's about as deep as that goes for the time being. And if I find out more, I'll let you guys know. Maybe I'll try to get in contact with the guy again, because he did say he would be interested in buying it back from me. And I'm not sure I'd be interested in actually selling it. I probably wouldn't. If I did ever consider selling it, it would probably be in something like Heritage Auctions. So here's the back of the game. Bottom, if you're interested. The sides. Just an awesome piece of gaming history. I want people to see this because, as far as I'm concerned, this is the holy grail of PlayStation 1. Like I said, retail copy, keyword retail. And again, I'm going to say, if somebody out there has seen another retail copy of this, let me know. It's just really cool having a one-of-a-kind piece like this. You're not going to find it anywhere. Not a retail copy. So I really believe I'm sitting on the holy grail of PS1 games. And PlayStation 1 was hands down my favorite system because that was a time when the games told stories, and the biggest focus for a lot of games was the story. It was almost like reading a great book or watching a great movie, but you were in it. It wasn't focused around online gameplay because that wasn't a thing at the time. I was really excited when I scored this. It was a lot of money to spend for me. Now I'm happy with it, especially after it got the WATA 9.8 and the A+ seal. So yeah, as far as WATA is concerned, my one gripe or suggestion to WATA that would make a big difference is if you guys would get somebody on the phones for customer service, at least one person, so you guys could directly deal with people and there could be actually somebody to talk to, because just through email sometimes it can be a little frustrating if you're trying to figure something out. There was a couple things I needed a little bit of help with. You guys did get back to me through email. It would have just been nice to talk to somebody on customer service. It's not a huge gripe, so hopefully you guys get at least somebody working the phone soon. That's really my only suggestion. You guys know what you're doing though with the grading and everything. It was great, a good experience. I really want to get this game out there because it is a piece of PlayStation history. And I know I said this a bunch of times, but if anybody out there has seen a retail copy, meaning the hole's not punched out of UBC and it was meant to be sold in stores, let me know, because these promotional copies that are floating around, they were never meant to be sold. They were probably sent to reviewers. I don't know, maybe game stores as a copy that they can let people play. I'm not really sure, and there's not even a lot of promotional copies either. So even if you have a promotional copy, you're sitting on something extremely rare and collectible. And hardcore PlayStation collectors know about this, but it's not a real commonly known thing. So I hope some of you guys out there in like the gaming community and stuff, collectibles, see this video. And if you do, consider subscribing. If you want to see more gaming content, or if you want to see more of my collection, smash the like button and let me know. Give me some feedback. Let me know. I mean, I got some cool stuff I'd like to share with you guys. And if I figure out some more stuff, I'll update you guys and I'll do a third video. This is part 2. So let me know what you guys think. Anyway, smash the like button, subscribe. Doc Holiday, I'm out.